Yo, what's up, guys? James Carter TV, and I'm here to recap the 49ers and Saints game. But before I do that, if you haven't seen my last recap, the Ravens Bears game, make sure to click right there to watch that one. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure to click up there to do that. That way you're updated every time I make a video, James Carter TV. Alright, so anyway, let's get into this game. It was a game that I thought I was pretty confident about. I picked the Saints to win. They won, which is nice. It was closer than I'd like for it to be, but they won. Uh, and it's nice to see that. They didn't cover the spread. I believe the spread was about 7 points. I thought they were probably going to cover, but I don't really worry about the spread. I thought they were going to cover, they didn't, but whatever. But the 49ers, they're in trouble. And we're going to get into that later. They're in big, big trouble. And we're also going to recap the late games also later in the video, so make sure you stick around for the full video. That way you get my recap of the late games. But the big thing is for the Saints. This proved they can go out, play a game sloppy, be sloppy on offense, but the defense can make enough plays to win them the game. Because believe it, I mean the Saints were sloppy all game long. Even on defense a little bit. I mean they on defense they should have had a pick six. Then at the 1 yard line, excuse me, the Saints defender fumbled the football and it was a touchback. And one of the weirdest events I've ever seen watching football. It was a touchback. But they were covered. They were down 20-14. I was a little worried. But they came through. Scored 9 straight points. Not anything great, not anything that's gonna blow your socks off. But getting those field goal drives, those add up. Those get you the win, and that's what you want to see. That's what you want to happen for your team. And they were able to do that. And they're 8-2. See, 49ers. Let's get into the trouble they're in. They're in big, big trouble. 6-4 now, and there's a lot of 6-4 teams in the NFC right now. Okay, you have the Detroit Lions 6-4, Chicago Bears 6-4, the 49ers 6-4, and also the Arizona Cardinals 6-4. The Green Bay Packers are lurking. They're 5-5, I believe, or maybe they're 6-4. I think they're 5-5. I'm pretty sure on that. They've lost the last 3 games. Yeah, so they're 5-5. But you know what? It's big trouble because there's a Week 17 matchup that's going to be huge, and that's between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. Now, luckily for the 49ers, they already beat the Cardinals, so for now they have that over the Cardinals' head. They'll be like, oh, we have this wing over you. They're dangling that over their head, but if the 49ers cannot get these wins right now, they're going to be in big trouble. Next week, they go to Washington, and that's not a gimme. I'm going to pick the 49ers to win that one. That's not a gimme, though. But the big win for the Saints, though, because this is going to hold off the Panthers. Because I believe that the Panthers are going to lose tomorrow. So this is going to hold back the Panthers from getting the division because they were lurking a little bit. They were creeping up, stepping up behind them. So Sean Payton and the Saints team needed to get this win, got this win, showed why they are Super Bowl contenders once again because it didn't look like they were Super Bowl contenders for the past couple of weeks. They look like Super Bowl contenders once again, and that's good to see. A big matchup coming up, not next week, but the week after that. New Orleans going to Seattle, huge game. I want to see how legit Seattle is or how legit the Saints are because whoever wins that one is probably going to be the number 1 team in the NFC. Probably. The thing that helps the Seahawks is they have a very easy schedule, an easier schedule than the Saints, who have to face the Panthers twice, have to go to Seattle, as I alluded to earlier. So it's very hard for the Saints to get home field advantage because for the Saints and Seahawks, home field advantage is huge. It is major, and it is these two teams that are fighting for that number 1 seed. No one else. I think everyone is now convinced that these two teams are going to get a bye week. They already have that bye week locked in. All right, it's locked in. It's finished. But they have to get that. See, I lost my train of thought. They have to get that number 1 seed just in case they meet in the NFC East Championship. I don't see that happening because it never really happens in the NFC. I mean, numbers 4, 5, and 6 seed in the NFC get to the Super Bowl, not number 1, 2, 3. But we'll see. Let's sit back. Let's watch what happens. But for now, right now the Saints are behind the Seahawks. They need to go to Seattle, beat Seattle, and they need to hold off Carolina. I still think they can sweep Carolina because I think Carolina is good. I think they're a playoffs team. I think they will make the playoffs, but I don't think they're as good as the Saints right now, and that's just me. And And really, why? Because, I mean, the 49ers lost to the Panthers last week uh, in San Francisco. And yet today the Saints barely beat the 49ers in New Orleans. So maybe I need to change my view on that. But for now, I still think that it's at least a split. If not that, then a Saints sweep. But we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. But that's it for this game, though. Colin Kaepernick looked okay. He was given short fields a lot of the time. Couldn't convert for a lot of these touchdowns, which hurt his team. But he looked good. They need to get Michael Crabtree back because if they can get Crabtree back, he plays well, then they'll be fine in the long run. But for now, big trouble, big trouble. They have to hold off these teams for the wild card because the Seahawks have won that division. It's over. It's over. They're going 13-3 at least. Look at their schedule. They're going 13-3 at least. So let's get into the late games. The game I got wrong, which was the Miami Dolphins hosting the San Diego Chargers, which is just unfortunate because the AFC sucks, okay? And this sixth seed in the AFC, someone's going to go 8-8, okay? Whether it be the Jets, whether it be the Chargers, whether it be the Dolphins, whether it be the Ravens, whether it be the Browns, someone's going to go 8-8 and win that final wild card spot. Someone's going to do it. And the Chargers had the perfect opportunity to get one up on the Dolphins and to put themselves in position to get that sixth seed. They lost. They're going to need to split with Denver, split with Kansas City, and I don't see them doing that. Okay, it's over. It's over. I'm sorry. There go the Chargers' hopes. It's over. I mean, I thought they were going to go 5-11. It's still possible because they faced the Chiefs twice, the Broncos, they faced the Bengals, they faced the Giants. I'm not convinced they're going to win any of those games, so unfortunate for them. Other late games today. Oh geez, I can't even remember. It was just I was just focused on this game mostly. I mean, you can count the Bears or Ravens as a late game, but I already recapped that one. Oh yeah, Packers at Giants. I got that one wrong as well. I had faith in the Packers. I thought Eli Manning was gonna throw his vintage pick six. He didn't do that, unfortunately for me. But it's still fine because well, it's not fine. What am I saying? It's still fine. It's not. The Packers need to go 5-1. Are they 10 and? Okay, I think they're 5-5. I need to check that. I'm not gonna check it right here, but I think they're 5-5. If they are 5-5, if they are indeed 5-5, they need to go 5-1 to make the playoffs, and that's not easy. That's not easy. Whether you have Aaron Rodgers or not, that's not easy. Packers in big trouble going into this final stretch. They're gonna have a chance though, because they face the Bears. Um, they face the Lions in this upcoming schedule. So that's gonna help the Packers, but I mean they're gonna need a lot of help. And the Seahawks, by the way, they crushed Minnesota. Percy Harvin had a great catch. Good to see him back. Good to see him working again. Looked a little rusty, but that's to be expected. I expect big things from Percy Harvin in Seattle as they try to fend off the New Orleans Saints, which I alluded to earlier. But that's pretty much it for the late games. I mean, pretty much what you come to expect from these late games. I mean, I overthought San Diego. I thought they were going to go to Miami and win. I said, you know what, Miami's terrible. I said Miami's terrible. They just lost to a winless Buccaneers team, and it was close, but from a talent perspective, from a eye test, it really wasn't. The Buccaneers pretty much dominated that game to me. But you know that's it. I mean, that's it. So anyway, guys, James Carter TV, leave down your comments for this game. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at James Carter TV. Link is always in the description box, and I'll see y'all later for Chiefs at Broncos recap. James Carter TV, I'm out. Peace.